said, Amorim to become the best manager in the world, said Adam Mustafa. I did see a comment in the chat from somebody who said, Amorim will get us top 4 at most. I'd hate to be that negative about life in general. And I would gather that this person knows very little about Ruben Amorim, but to come in and say he'll get us top 4 at most, why do you watch football? If that's your negative outlook, why bother? You're never going to get anywhere in life with that defeatist attitude. I'm not saying you have to be over the top optimistic, but give the guy a chance. Give him a chance. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month, and you'll get an additional 3 months free. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. So let's go through a time frame of today, what happened, how we arrived at this news around Ruben Amorim. Is it reliable, and what can we expect over the next week or two? Liverpool have offered Ruben Amorim a 3-year deal to be the next manager of Liverpool Football Club, and the financial details are nearly complete, according to Pedro Sepulveda, who's somebody who I think is quite a good journalist. Now, with all these things, you want more sources, you want multiple people to confirm these things, but he is quite good on all things Portuguese related, and it tallies up with other stuff that we've been seeing. But it didn't end there. More stuff came as the day went on today. Santi_J_FM said Ruben Amorim is determined to move to Anfield. Next up came a comment that said Liverpool have now sent their first proposal contract to Ruben Amorim's agent. Discussions will continue to find a total agreement and to seal the deal. Liverpool are favourites. Again, that tallies in with other information we've been getting as the day is going on. But a story from Transfer Sector then posted to say Ruben Amorim has decided to join Liverpool. The Reds have now offered him a 3-year contract. The reason we chose to go and bring you guys the story today is, you may remember in the last couple of days we were speaking about this, and I said a 3-year contract is the number that I would expect to see. So when that number came out today as being the one that was offered to him, it tallies up. I'm not saying this is a done deal. I am saying it's moving very, very much in the right direction, and a lot of signs are pointing to the possibility of Ruben Amorim indeed becoming the next Liverpool coach. So we'll get into the hows, whens and whys over the next hour and a half or so. But it is looking, in this crazy football world, you want to be careful, but it's looking very likely. I, of course, want to hear a Paul Joyce or a James Pearce or David Ornstein confirm these things, but I think we will see that over the next week or so. If that is true, that the 3-year contract offer has been presented to him, I would imagine that we'll get some nods on this over the next few days. I'm so stoked about Ruben, said Samuel Elliott, as am I, mate. Look, as our friend said earlier on at the start of the stream, taking a bit of getting used to, no Jurgen being around. So if we can get past that, then yeah, Amorim's good news. But I also do respect and understand why some of you guys would be concerned, because he's not a Pep, he's not a Klopp. he's an up-and-coming manager. An up-and-coming manager that, up until this point in his career, has done all of his managerial work in Portugal. And the leap from the Portuguese Primeira Division to the Premier League, of course, is a big one. And we'd have these same concerns if it was a player. So it's only natural that a lot of people feel concerned about the idea of him managing Liverpool. I get it. But I suppose there's going to be an inherent risk in the next appointment, no matter who it is, right? I'm buzzing. Honestly, I'm buzzing. The more I look into this, the more I love the idea of Ruben Amorim. He's a very emotional dude on the sidelines as well. And I like that young, fresh energy that he brings. There was a piece in the Echo from, how do I pronounce his name again? Abel Xavier. You probably remember, played for us, played for Everton. He did his coaching badges at the same time as Ruben Amorim. And he said he was speaking to him even back then, and he said he seems like a very intelligent, very calculated, very measured guy, and he thinks he'd be a good fit for Liverpool Football Club. So that's kind of where we're at the moment with that. Now, of course, Salah news has started to come out today as well, and I will move to talk about that. On Ruben Amorim, if you ask me for a percentage, which a lot of people do when we're talking about these things, honestly, I'm at 80. 80% is what I would say right now is the likelihood of Ruben Amorim becoming Liverpool coach. But everything does seem to be coming from the Portuguese side at the minute, and it would be nice to have some English confirmation on this from some of the journalists, that we see week in and week out. Craig, if we get Amorim and he has a successful career in our club, do you think Amorim would stay in Liverpool for a long time? God, it's a really tough question because there's a couple of aspects to that. One, as I said many times about Jurgen as well, there's only so many times a manager can motivate the same group. But I guess over the course of a potential 5, 6, 7, 8 year managerial spell, maybe that team gets refreshed and the same words can be reutilised with a new crop of players. But I hope so. I hope he stays for years to come, because that would mean we've had some success and that would be a good thing. So honest answer is the days of managers, being at clubs for 10, 12, 14 years, they seem to be pretty much non-existent now. Klopp being around for as long as he has, and Pep Guardiola is a bit of an anomaly in today's football. And before that, obviously, Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson. Again, probably won't see the likes of that happening again. AJ Walker, how are you, AJ, my man? Said 89%, excuse me, no you didn't. I'm telling lies here, AJ. 99% he'll be our next manager, said AJ. I'd love to hear your proposed Liverpool team under Amorim. Can you give me a while to put that together? Because I'll probably do a video on that Whitehammer where I look at what I'd like to see us set up like and who I'd like to see us bring in. So it's a great idea for a video though, mate. So leave it with me and I'll put it in my notes. Hi Craig, as much as I love what Klopp has done for us over the years, I have to admit I'm very excited for a change in tactics and formation. Hopefully this makes us less predictable in games, said John Loftus. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate your super chat, appreciate your input. And it's tough to say I'm excited by it because, of course, Jurgen Klopp's a god. I'm not as scared by it as I was when Jurgen told us the news that he was going to be departing. That, mate, honestly hit me like a family member moving out or, moving abroad, something like that. So I'm less scared of it. And the more the picture started to become a little bit clearer about the profile and type of manager that we're looking to bring in, yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit more at ease with it. I have to be honest, as much as the club's in a better position than when Klopp came in, I think there's still tons to address for the new manager. Unsure. There is definitely some to address. I've always felt like one of the things for me that and it's hard to say this because it sounds really harsh, but I think Klopp's been too loyal at times and too trusting to certain players. For instance, as an example, somebody needs to be dropped for the next game from the front three. Somebody, whether that's Salah, whether that's Darwin, do you know what? Probably not Lucho, to be fair, because he's been in some decent form over the last few games. But I feel like a statement needs to be made here that nobody's undroppable. And somebody needs to be given a boot up the backside to say, we need to be better, making better decisions in the final third. So somebody, for me, should be benched. Do you think Amorim can win us? I'm going to try that again there, nut the nerd. Do you think Amorim can win us a Premier League title? Well, I've got to say yes, don't I? I've got to. If we don't believe that, we're giving up already. So, yes, look what he did at Sporting. They had won a league title in 19 years. He delivered that. And now they're on to win a double before he finishes up. And they're 4 points clear at the top of the Portuguese league with a game in hand, I believe. So it's looking likely that they'll get the league sewn up. And if he can finish up with a double there, you know, if you're him, you're probably going to say, what else can I do at Sporting? And the next step then is to obviously take a step forward. And at Liverpool, I would hope that he could deliver the same progression as he did with Sporting. Right, so this coming out of CM Journal, which is a Portuguese outlet, just said Liverpool are set to meet with the agent of Ruben Amorim on Tuesday to try and sort the details of his contract with the Anfield side. Costa, the agent of Amorim, will talk with Sporting to sort his departure at the end of the season. So another Portuguese outlet now reporting that Liverpool are going to meet with Amorim's agent tomorrow to sort the details of the contract. See? So basically Amorim will be done by tomorrow. I wouldn't say that, mate, no, because there's still the release clause stuff to sort out with Sporting. But all of this is starting to look like, yes, Ruben Amorim is going to be the guy, and Ruben Amorim is the one that Liverpool are going to try and get done. And look, for me, this became really clear that it was going to be him when the Chelsea interest fell away, the Barca interest fell away. It looked like Liverpool were the front runners there, and now it's looking very, very likely. I'm very happy with that. You know, as much as any new manager is going to be a risk, I like this decision. I like the idea of him coming in with his high energy, great personal relationships with his players. I'm looking forward to a little tweak in formation as well. As much as none of us want to lose Jurgen Klopp, I'm happy with the replacement. It's exactly the choice I would have made if I was in Michael Edwards' shoes, and Xabi Alonso said that he wasn't willing to leave Leverkusen. So I think it's the right move.